Isn't it interesting how the mind learns things? Sometimes from a whisper, sometimes from a glance, sometimes from nothing at all. Somewhere along the way, a belief took root. A belief that honesty is dangerous, that sincerity leaves you vulnerable, that being real could cost you something. And yet, what if that belief was never really yours? What if you just picked it up from someone who never knew the truth? Because when you really think about it, is it true? Have you ever noticed the most powerful people? They're the ones who don't hide. The most magnetic people, they're the ones who are completely real. The most respected people, they're the ones who speak with absolute clarity. And what if the very thing you're afraid of was actually the thing that makes you untouchable? Because the moment you stop fearing honesty, you stop giving people power over you. The moment you stop fearing confrontation, you realise there was never anything to fear. And now I wonder, what happens when you let that truth sink in? Because the truth is, every rule you impose on yourself, every limitation you accepted, every belief you clung to, was never really about protecting you. It was about controlling you. And the more you tried to control yourself, the more you shut down. The more you checked out, the more you disconnected from the world. But what if you don't need those rules anymore? What if you never needed them in the first place? Because when you let go of control, you gain real power. When you stop suppressing emotions, you feel alive again. And isn't that what you've been waiting for all along? To feel, to connect, to be fully present in your own life. And the most fascinating thing is, the moment you stop trying to protect yourself, you become unshakable. Because here's the secret. People don't remember your words. They remember your energy. They don't follow logic. They follow certainty. And the more you own your reality, the more you believe in yourself completely, the more the world bends to your version of reality. Because who controls the frame controls the game. And the moment you stop doubting yourself, the moment you stop explaining yourself, everything changes. Because the truth is, you don't need validation, you don't need approval, you don't need permission. When you finally accept that, you become truly, completely free. And now I wonder, how much easier can life get when you simply let yourself be? What do you think? And as you listen now, have you ever noticed how some ideas, they feel like they've always been there? How some beliefs seem so deeply ingrained, you don't even question them, and yet, what if those beliefs were never truly yours? What if, at some point, someone said something, did something, without even realising it, you accepted it as truth? But now, you begin to wonder, is it really true? Is it true that being sincere makes you weak? Is it true that seeking approval gives you strength? Is it true that controlling your emotions gives you power? Or is it possible the opposite has always been true? Because the moment you release the need for validation, you become untouchable. The moment you stop proving yourself, you start being yourself. And what happens when you let that truth sink in? You see, somewhere along the way, you learned you had to be tough. You learned emotions were a weakness. You learned being vulnerable meant being exposed. But was that ever really your belief? Or was it something you picked up from someone who never knew better? Because now you can begin to notice. The people who are most secure, they aren't afraid to show emotion. The people who are most respected, they don't need to prove anything. The people who are most free, they let go of control. And isn't it fascinating? The very thing you once feared is the very thing that sets you free. And as you feel that realization settling in, you might begin to notice how much lighter you feel. Because here's the thing. People don't follow logic. They follow certainty. They don't remember your words. They remember your energy. And the stronger you hold a reality, the more others step into it. Because influence, it's not about seeking approval. It's about embodying certainty. And the moment you stop doubting yourself, you become unstoppable. Because the truth is, you don't need validation. You don't need permission. You don't need to prove anything to to anyone. When you finally accept that, everything changes. And now what happens when you let go completely? Isn't it fascinating? The moment you stop seeking control, you gain real power. When you think about it now, what do you notice?